and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NFL week number 4. Whoa! 4 horsemen, week 4. Alright, week 3, I didn't do so hot. Win-loss, I was 9-7. Against the spread, 4-12. Over-under, 7-9. Which brings the year-to-date totals of 33-14-1. Win-loss. Against the spread, 21-27. And over-under 22-26. If you would have told me at the beginning of training camp, during week 3, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, Cam Newton, Nick Foles, Eli Manning, Andrew Luck would not be starting, all of them, I'd have been like, dude, what? You know, you're stupid. If you would have told me before training camp, we would have Luke Falk, Teddy Bridgewater, Mason Rudolph, Kyle Allen, Gardner Minshew, Jacoby Brissett, and Daniel Jones all starting, I've been like, did I miss something? Have I been in a coma for a while? Who are these guys? Obviously, I know who Brissett is. I know who Jones is. Bridgewater, yeah, I can see him starting somewhere. Who are these other dudes? What? I don't understand what's going on. Here we are, week 3. That is what's going on. Those are our starting quarterbacks. Alright, so this is Thursday morning, day of Thursday Night Football. Yesterday during filming, I pulled a Justin over at Bridgewater's Finest. Yeah, that's right, I filmed the entire video. Realized the camera wasn't on. Don't know how I did that. Yeah, I guess I hit record, came over and sat down. Yeah, nothing. Get all done, nice 20-minute video. Get ready for work. Yeah. So, of course, I worked 2 to 11 last night. Couldn't film when I got home. My wife was asleep. So here we are, Thursday morning, 8 o'clock. Filming Thursday game and Sunday game. So, you know what? It is what it is. Life lessons. We move forward. Thursday night game. Tonight, we have the 1-2 Philadelphia Eagles versus the 3-0 Green Bay Packers. You give Aaron Rodgers a top 15 defense and a coach he likes, he's 3-0. It's almost like Aaron Rodgers, with this defense he has now, that he's drank from the fountain of youth. He's been hanging out with Tom Brady, I'm guessing, because 2 ageless wonders. But hey, you know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for Green Bay being good. I think the NFL is better when a team like the Green Bay Packers are relevant. The Lambeau Field on a Thursday night. Packers are favored by 4.5. Oddly enough, I think Philadelphia is going to cover that. I got Green Bay winning. Their home team always wins on Thursday nights, it seems like. Unless I pick them, then they lose. But Green Bay's favored by 4.5. Philadelphia has lost by 4, lost by 3, won by 5. So, it's either going to be 2 or 6. I'm going for the 2, so I got Packers winning, Eagles covering, and under on the 45.5. Next up, we got an AFC matchup. We have the 1-2 Oakland Raiders versus the 2-1 Indianapolis Colts. Colts are favored by a touch. 2 wins out of 3 with Jacoby Brissett starting it. Hey, you know what? He's a good, viable NFL quarterback. Is he going to be the next Tom Brady? More than likely not, because there's only one. Is he going to be the best Jacoby Brissett that he can be? Yes, he will. He's going to get a win here against the Raiders. The Raiders, I wouldn't classify them as a dumpster fire, but I think Jay Gruden, I think his time in the league has passed him by. But we'll see what happens here. But Colts win, cover the 7, over on the 45. Next up, we have a pair of 1-2 teams. We have the Tennessee Titans, led by Mariota, versus the Atlanta Falcons and Matt Ryan. Falcons are 1-2. They're only scoring 20 points a game. Their problem is their defense is giving up 25 points a game. Hey, I solved your problem, Atlanta. It's your defense. With Tennessee, their defense is only giving about 17 points a game, which is great. Falcons are actually favored by 4 at home. I'm going on a limb here. I'm giving Tennessee the 4. I got them winning it. I got them covering that 4, and I got under on the 45. Next up, this is a very intriguing matchup. The matchup itself is not intriguing, but what's going to be the aftermath? We have the Washington Redskins 0-3 going into New York Giants, Meadowlands 1-2. Daniel Jones' first home start, get his first career start last week on the road versus Tampa. Got that victory 32-31. Is Daniel Jones that much better than Eli? I don't know. But you know what? Eli is doing all the right things. He is saying all the right things. He's not causing a quarterback controversy. He's going out there saying, you know what? I'm here to help my team. I'm here to help my teammate. I'm here to do what I can to help him. Blah, blah, blah. He's a Manning. That's what they do. That is good sportsmanship. So if the Giants are able to pull this out and make the playoffs with Daniel Jones and Eli as the backup, Eli could be the MVP of the season. Not by stats, by demeanor, by what he's doing off the field. Doesn't always matter what you do on the field. It's how you handle yourself off the field. He's not like some of these prima donna wideouts or running backs. You're like, well, I want my money. I'm not going to play until I get my money. He's not being, it's my fault, I'm the quarterback. He's going out there and being professional about it. Applause to Eli Manning for the way he's handling this. Washington, there's a dumpster fire. I'm not really say dumpster fire, but you know what? Case Keenum, he's a viable number 2 quarterback. Dwayne Haskins. This game, I think, will go a long way to find out when he's going to be in and when he's not. If Washington loses this game, goes to 0-4. They're looking at the Giants. They're looking, okay, you replaced a legend, a 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback in Eli Manning. You won 2 straight games. We're sitting here currently now 0-4. We have a bigger hole to pull ourselves out of to make playoffs. When do we jump the trigger here? When do we go ahead and pull the trigger and get Dwayne Haskins in there? I see as early as next week if they lose this game. I got the Giants winning. Not on the Daniel Jones train yet, don't get me wrong, but I do like this matchup for them at home. I think it's going to be maybe not an easy win, but it's going to be a pretty good win because they're basically playing themselves. When it comes to points allowed and points scored, the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants are exactly the same. They're both scoring an average of 21 points a game. They're both giving up an average of 31.3. Points for, points against are exactly the same. This NFC teams are at the bottom of it. One team's going to get a little deeper. One team's going to go up a little bit. Giants win. Giants cover the 3. Over on the 49. Next up, Carolina Panthers 1-2 versus the Houston Texans 2-1. Houston favored by 4 at home. Kyle Allen did a good job last week. Is he the next Cam Newton? No, there's only one Cam Newton. Is he a viable NFL quarterback? Yes, he is. And I think he can go out there and win games. Going into Houston, or Lions Stadium, whatever the hell the name of that stadium is right now, I need a good game from Deshaun Watson. For pick's sake, because I am picking Houston to win, and for fantasy's sake, I have him as my starting quarterback. So I got Houston favored by 4. I got them winning covered. I'm taking under on the 46. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Chargers, who are 1-2. They are favored by 15.5 versus the dumpster fire that is the Miami Dolphins, who are 0-3 in Miami. Now, Miami's 3 losses. By 49, by 43, by 25. Their average loss is by 39 points. Again, their average loss is 39 points. On offense, they've scored 1 touchdown in 3 games. They've scored a total of 16 points. 16 points in 3 games. Patriots defense is getting up 17. So, yeah, their defense is getting up 44 points a game. Wonder what this score is going to be. 44-6? So Chargers favored by 15.5. I got them winning. Covering the 15.5 and under on the 44. Because I think it's just going to be a whitewash, and I don't think it's going to get over the 44. But if you're fantasy and you have anybody part of the Chargers on your team, news is Melvin Gordon has decided to end his holdout and said that he can show what he's worth more by playing. Duh, you greedy bastard. Duh. It only takes to live a good lifestyle. You don't need a fly. I mean, yeah, you're going to have nice cars, a nice house. $3 to $5 million for a lifetime. These athletes, these greedy bastards that go out there, yes, you're making $10 million a year. That's not good enough. You need to make more. You're not going to play because you're going to sit at home and suck your little thumb until they pay you more. Whatever. What the fuck ever. There should be a cap on salaries for sports. You shouldn't be able to make more than, say, let's go with $15 million, $20 million a year. This $30, $35, $40 million a year bullshit. What the fuck ever. Because guess what? The teams have to make that money up somewhere. They raise concessions. They raise the price of what they charge the networks to air the games, which in return, when NBC is charging Dish Network more, Dish Network has to raise their prices to make up for that. So then you're taking the money out of the average Joe's pocket because you're a bastard, a greedy bastard who wants more money. Whatever, Melvin Gordon. Go out there, get your money, hope you're proud of yourself, do what you do for your team. Chargers win, cover the 15.5, under on the 44.5. Next up, we have the 3-0 Kansas City Chiefs versus the 2-0-1 Detroit Lions. The Chiefs, what can you say about Patrick Mahomes? 33 points a game. He goes out there no matter what his defense does, he's able to go out there and score. Obviously, a franchise quarterback, once-in-a-lifetime talent. Well, look at Lamar Jackson, maybe there's two of those. But still, it's cool to see two young guys like that are the gunslingers that can just... Some of the passes that Patrick Mahomes makes, he doesn't even have to look where he's throwing the ball. Chiefs are favored by 6.5. I got them winning, covering over on the 54. Chiefs need to lock him up to a long-term deal. Do not need to let him leave. He is the next Lynn Dawson in Kansas City in stature. Better player. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns, who are 1-2, versus the former Cleveland Browns, the Baltimore Ravens, who are 2-1. This was a tricky game for me. The Browns are playing well. It's a huge game there in the AFC North. The Browns have been playing well. They're 7-point dogs on the road. Lamar Jackson, I mean, come on. 36 points a game. He's actually scoring more points than Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, he's taking the starting job and running with it. When we got two guys here, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, who are just fantasy point darlings, who are just those two once-in-a-generation players. It's just amazing to have two of them right now we can look at. Because of that, I am picking Baltimore to win, cover the 7, over on the 45.5, but I think Cleveland will have a good showing. Cleveland is a year, maybe 2 years away. If they keep building this nucleus of team up by next year, another draft class, they may be in contention for that division. Right now, the division is all Baltimore. Unless Cleveland can kind of get a little run going to Baker Mayfield, I think the division's all Baltimore. And we know what's going on in Cincy. We know what's going on in Pittsburgh. We'll get to that game. Next up, we have the battle of the 3-0 AFC East teams. If you'd have told me after Week 3 Buffalo would be 3-0, I would have told you it was not 420. I'd ask you what's going on. But you know what? We had a 3-0 New England Patriots. Tom Brady drinks from the fountain of youth. The only person to, so far, to keep Father Time behind the door, keeping that door closed to Father Time. Buffalo 3-0. Wow. Josh Redden, awesome. New England's favored by 7. They've only given up 17 points on defense this year in 3 games, while scoring 106 total. On average, they've outscored their opponents 35-5. So yeah, they're going to cover the 7. They're going to win. They're going to be under on the 42. Buffalo will hang with them, but in the end, New England will win. Would I be shocked if Buffalo wins? No. If Buffalo can pull this out, that will make their season. Next up, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 1-2 versus the 3-0 Los Angeles Rams. What you're seeing from the Rams last year and this year, that is the Browns in 2 years. Rams favored by 9.5. I got them winning. I got Tampa covering at 9.5. I don't like that 9.5. And then I have under on the 49.5. Next up, we have the Seattle Seahawks 2-1 versus the 0-2-1 Arizona Cardinals. Nice little NFC West matchup here. Seattle's favored by 5 on the road. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 48. Next up, NFC North battle. Battle of 2-1 teams. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears. The Bears have one of the best defenses in the league. Only giving up 13 points a game. All they need from Mitchell Trubisky is don't turn the fucking ball over. That's it. That's all I need. 2 games? Alright. 1 game? You know what? That defense is good enough. Defense wins championships. Ask Baltimore Ravens about that. They did it with a defense. 2000. I'm not saying the Bears are winning it all this year. Don't get me wrong. If that offense can do anything, they have a great shot at being in at least the NFC Championship game, if not the Super Bowl. Chicago favored by 2.5 in Chicago. Yeah, I got Chicago winning. Cover the 2.5 and under on the 38. Next up, we have the 1-2 Jacksonville Jaguars versus the 0-3 Denver Broncos. Jacksonville. I want to like you. I want to be a Jacksonville fan. I'm an AEW fan. I'm a Tony Khan, Shaka Khan fan. I want to like you, but I want you to win so I can like you. Jacksonville 1-2, 0-3 Denver Broncos. When one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, John Elway, picks the way he gets to go out 2 championships in a row, walks away on top of the world, never replaced, there's never a quarterback controversy on should the rookie start like there is in New York. He was able to go out on top and say, you know what, see you guys, thank you, here I go. Cannot pick a fucking quarterback. Now needs a defense now. When he had a defense, his quarterback sucked. He got Joe Flacco, who's on the, he's on the sunset side of his career, but he's still a viable NFL quarterback. We need to stop the other team. Denver's at home favored by 3. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 38.5. Sunday Night Football. This could be a playoff matchup. We have the 3-0 Dallas Cowboys going into the Superdome in New Orleans, 2-1. Dallas is actually favored by 2.5 on the road. Yeah, but here, I mean, I know the Cowboys are used to playing in Jerry's Palace. Place gets loud, but New Orleans is a different animal. You're going to have all them parties down in the French Quarter. You're going to have all them parties down on the riverfront. People just drinking all day long, going over to the Superdome. Place is going to be raucous. Ooh, that nation is going to be raucous. You got all day to drink before this game gets started. Teddy Bridgewater, he can handle that moment. He's done it. Giving the 2.5 to the Saints. Place is going to be rocking on a Sunday night, prime time. You have a good team. Yeah, you don't have Drew Brees, but you got a little different cat in Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah, I got the Saints winning. Covering that 2.5. Under on the 47. Next up, we have Monday Night Football. The Jets and the Browns last Monday night. It was alright. We have a Monday night game in prime time. We have 2 teams, the Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 teams you thought would be going for the AFC North title. 2 teams when the schedule first came out. Hey, you know what? These are 2 great teams. It's going to be a good Monday night matchup. Now they're both 0-3. Mason Rudolph is in for Ben Roethlisberger. No Antonio Brown. No Le'Veon Bell. Your defense is scoring almost twice, or giving up almost twice as much as you're scoring. Yeah, this is going to be a great Monday night game. Pittsburgh is favored by 4 at home. There's an over-under of 43.5. I haven't even wrote down my pick on this. Normally I have all this before I start filming. I have no idea. I almost want to put a picture of Mason Rudolph, a picture of Andy Dalton, and throw a dart and see who's going to win this. Because they're at home, because it is Pittsburgh, having the Steelers cover the 4, I'm going to go under on the 43.5, and that's going to do it. Alright, so that's NFL week number 4. A little bit late. Do apologize, but I pulled a Bridgewater. Yeah. Sorry, Justin, I had to throw that out there because you did on that CFL video a few weeks back. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports channel content.